God's grace is such that when a believer praises Him, it is recorded as a good deed that outweighs everything. Umar ibn al-Khattab, a companion of the Prophet, narrated a prophetic tradition which sheds light on the profound impact of a man's praise of God. In this narration, we witness the harmonious interplay between the believer's words, the angels in his company, and the Almighty Creator Himself. Umar recounted the tale of a man who, in a moment of heartfelt devotion, extolled the greatness of God. His words, an expression of reverence and gratitude, resonated deeply within the celestial realms. The two angels assigned to record his deeds were captivated by the sincerity and beauty of his praise. Recognizing the magnitude of this act, they hastened to bring this matter before the divine presence. In the realm of the divine court, where all matters are weighed with utmost fairness and wisdom, the angels presented the believer's words to God Almighty. The exalted Creator, in His infinite mercy and justice, commanded the angels to inscribe these words of praise in the believer's record of deeds as he uttered them. The weight of this act surpassed any other undertaking the believer had performed, for it emanated from the depths of his heart, a manifestation of his unwavering faith and love for his Creator. God's decree resonates with His boundless grace and benevolence. It is a testament to His recognition and appreciation of the believer's sincere devotion. The reward for this act of praise, inscribed in the eternal ledger of the believer's deeds, is commensurate with its immeasurable worth. Such is the magnanimity of God's mercy that a single act of praising Him can outweigh a multitude of other deeds. This account serves as a profound reminder of the significance of praising God and the divine recognition bestowed upon those who engage in such acts of devotion. It underscores the power of sincere and heartfelt expressions of gratitude, evoking divine favor and reward. The expression "Sustainer of all the worlds" encapsulates the profound belief in the absolute universality of God, serving as the bedrock of the Islamic understanding of the divine. At its core, this concept signifies that God is the singular, supreme possessor of all existence, vested with complete and independent authority to govern the entirety of the cosmos. His watchful gaze extends over His creation, ensuring its stability and welfare, as He remains intimately involved in its affairs. This dynamic relationship between the Creator and the created serves as an eternal wellspring of life for all aspects of existence. God, ever vigilant and actively engaged, nourishes and sustains His creation, bestowing upon it the necessary provisions for its continuous and purposeful existence. His role as the living authority over all that exists ensures that His creation receives what it requires to flourish and thrive. Indeed, the Islamic understanding of God encompasses a profound sense of responsibility and care. God's sovereignty extends far beyond mere ownership, it encompasses His unwavering commitment to the well-being of His creation. His watchful eye ensures that every being receives the sustenance and support it needs to fulfill its purpose and find fulfillment. This understanding of God as the sustainer of all the worlds instills a sense of reassurance and comfort in the hearts of believers. It reminds them that their lives and the entire cosmos are not adrift in a sea of chaos and randomness, but rather lovingly guided and nurtured by the divine hand. It is through this perpetual connection with the Creator that creation finds its meaning and purpose, as God's active presence infuses every moment with significance and vitality. Recognizing the absolute sovereignty of God is of utmost importance in comprehending His complete unity and preventing any confusion that may arise from the pitfalls of polytheism. The Qur'an elucidates the existence of those who, in their quest to draw nearer to God, turn to lesser divinities, and those who elevate their rabbis, priests, imams and shamans to the status of gods alongside God. These references shed light on the prevalent practice of worshipping multiple deities or semi-divine beings that prevailed during the advent of Islam in 7th century Arabia, as well as in other parts of the world which still continue until today. By acknowledging God's absolute lordship, believers safeguard themselves from falling into the trap of associating partners with Him. The notion of absolute oneness permeates the Islamic faith, underscoring the indivisible nature of God's essence and authority. It serves as a clarion call to reject the worship of anything or anyone besides the one true God. Within the Quranic narrative, we encounter instances where individuals sought intermediaries or intercessors to intercede on their behalf with God. Some turned to minor deities, hoping that by venerating them, they would draw closer to the divine presence. Others elevated their religious leaders to a status equal to or even surpassing that of God. Islam emerged as a transformative force, challenging the prevailing polytheistic beliefs and emphasizing the absolute unity and oneness of God. It called upon people to abandon the worship of multiple gods or the deification of human beings, redirecting their devotion solely to the one God who created them and all that exists. Through the revelation of the Qur'an, God provided guidance and clarity, dispelling the confusion that had clouded people's understanding of His true nature. By recognizing God's exclusive lordship and affirming His absolute oneness, believers are able to transcend the trappings of polytheism and establish a direct and unadulterated relationship with their Creator. Affirming the absolute sovereignty and active authority of the one God over all creation ensures man's rationality and peace of mind, relieving him from the cruel bewilderment of polytheism. Man must be reassured that a vigilant and caring God is in charge of this world and will never abandon or forsake it. At the time of Islam's advent, the world was rife with erroneous beliefs, false religions, and confusion about the concept of God and His relationship with man and the world. This led to confusion in man's understanding of the world and his place within it. The need for a rational, clear, and consistent system of beliefs became apparent, and Islam sought to correct man's beliefs and establish a clear concept of God's nature and attributes. Islam's concept of God's oneness is the essence and most fundamental principle of the faith. It affirms that God is the one, absolute, and transcendent Lord and Master of all that exists. Islam has also given great attention to defining God's attributes, which have been the cause of much confusion and obfuscation in religious and philosophical thinking throughout history. The intensity, emphasis, and detail with which the Quran has dealt with the concept of God's oneness and related subjects can only be appreciated against the backdrop of the mass of erroneous beliefs and confused theologies that had accumulated over time. Islam can be seen as a profound act of divine mercy bestowed on humanity, given with beauty, simplicity, clarity, harmony, and in accordance with human nature. The compassionate, the merciful are two attributes that encompass all meanings and aspects of mercy and compassion, defining the link between the sustainer as creator and his creation. It is a link based on love, care, and compassion, and it is central to the Islamic concept of God. Islam's concept of God is based entirely on love, peace, reassurance, and care, inspiring within man a spontaneous feeling of gratitude and praise towards God.